Yes, episode 7 with Snoot City. In yesterday's episode,
Hey, what set you claiming, dog?
oh man, that guy has a Mac 10.
Hey,
It's a
dude
problem.
don't bang. He perpetrates.
In yesterday's episode, we attempted to find a taxi, and we also attempted to raise our bike skill. And neither of those worked out for us because we had a pedestrian death, which of course is a run ender. I'm not allowed to kill anybody, so this is a flee situation. The negative side of living in Roland Heights, Ballas territory. Today's episode, we're going to do what we didn't do last time, and we're going to find us a taxi. At least that's the hope. Oh man, they don't give in easy, do they? So right now our main goal is to mosey on over to where the fire engine is. Otherwise we won't be able to find a parked taxi. I know I go over just about every episode, but the rules for this is a HUDless and crimeless run. Relatively crimeless. We're attempting to keep property damage to a minimum. We're attempting to not get any stars. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Um, we're attempting to not get any stars. And we're not allowed to hijack anybody that steal a moving car. We are allowed to take parked cars, however. Fortunately, the fire engine is here. The only way I've found to find a parked taxi, at least this early in the game, is to do the firefighting missions. By doing the firefighting missions, we can spawn a burning taxi. Hopefully. Considering that we've already actually maxed the firefighting missions, there's no sense of urgency, aside from the fact that, well, I'd really like to find a taxi. I almost passed that vehicle right on up. Downtown Los Santos. Let's see how far I can get on the firefighting mission without a map. Last time, and for the paramedic missions, it's every single time it's pause and look at the map, pause and look at the map, pause and look at the map. Downtown Los Santos is this way. Unfortunately, it's looking like I will not be able to locate it without the map. Of course, a street up. Who's surprised? And if I fail, it's not a big deal, as we're not attempting to defeat the firefighter missions here. Really, all we're doing is trying to find that taxi cab. We do need to watch out that we don't kill anybody, though. Fortunate. Getting a little bit lazy today. Let's be a little more finesseful, shall we? Burning vehicle in the downtown Los Santos. Here's hoping it's a taxi. It's on the same road we just came from.
Who you think you messing with?
That taxi driver got very upset, and he ended our mission. With a little bit of intuition, we may be able to lure him away from his car. And steal it. Oh, I despawned. How sad is that?
I need that shit you drive.
It's been done.
You're incredibly crazy.
He stole the firefighter engine. And as much as I dislike it, that counts as a hijack. I count that as a hijack. We'll just go ahead and reload the session. Start it out quick and easy. Get back on top of things. I'm not allowed to hijack anybody. If anybody's sitting inside of a vehicle, that's a no-go. Refreshing not having the ball is standing directly outside.
My grandma says I'm a
Instead of sprinting the whole way, we'll just go ahead and jack the bicycle that's in the park. In case you didn't know, there's a bicycle that is always available right by the hospital in Glen Park. And it actually triggers a time trial mission. I believe we've actually already completed this mission, so we are not going to do it. Here is hoping. If we can get a fire engine 2 spawns in a row, what a lucky day. I might as well go out and buy me a lottery ticket. R3, trigger the mission. Idlewood. Without messing around too much, let's just get the business done. Cross the bridge, head on over to the club, to Glebe. That's something that we have not done yet. We have not done the club missions, which is something you might not know about the original game. If you come on here to the club, you can dance and do a rhythm game. I've always very much enjoyed the rhythm games within this game. There's the lowrider missions, and there's also the dancing. In one of the main quests, there's a mission where you have to do dancing, but aside from that, you can go this entire game without experiencing it. Oh, yeah, Rep Tizzle. Rep Tizzle says his ex-wife loved firemen. Well, give her my number, Rep Tizzle. Haha, thanks for watching. So the most important thing is, we're not allowed to go to Grove Street. I'm not sure if it would trigger the cinematic, but I'm not gonna risk it. All of these things we're trying to get our stats up with are, before we trigger the very first cinematic. So, CJ has not been to Grove Street. Home. Before we get there, I'd like to have max driving skill, max biking skill, possibly even max flying skill. In the last episode, we attempted to get that bike skill up, but a bit of laziness had led to a bad ending, unfortunately. The pimp missions are available here at this gas station, always. Right now, not really attempting to tackle the pimp missions, but fortunately, we've managed to get a taxi. Put these two gents out, make an extra buck. Hop on out. Here is our new ride, with nobody inside. It's our civic duty to move this here taxi. And quite honestly, even though it would be best to immediately jump into the taxi missions, I'd like to play it a little bit safe. We're going to take a trip to our garage, and we're going to make this our personal car. And that's where the game's going to end. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our Carl Johnson is going to live his life out as a taxi driver in on the streets of Los Santos. I'm looking forward to it. We've already managed to purchase this property with money that we saved up from our firefighting career. Hopefully, after we make a little bit more scratch taxi driving, we'll be able to afford another property. We can't see at the moment because we're inside a house. Drop a save over our playthrough and begin again. This is where the future runs will take place from. Verdant Bluffs, my personal favorite house. Hello there. Hope you're having a fantastic day. The NPCs in this game are fantastically designed. They were 20 years ago, they still are today. So, unlike the paramedic and firefighter and vigilante missions, which all require you to get to level 12, the taxi fares do not have to be completed sequentially. I'm going to capitalize on this chaos over here. It looks like a gun was dropped. While I'm not allowed to commit any murders, that gun will still come in handy. There's all sorts of chaos going down. Here come the medics.
I'm calling it. Hey! Just kidding. Where you from, homie? You.
No gods, no kings, am I right? Not to get too political with things. Push this car out of the way, see if I can get any of the fixins off the ground. This is an absolute war zone. It's few and far between I see NPC fights that go on this long and are this chaotic.
We've been after you for a while.
Looks like he got his man finally. We'll take his pistol and hop back in our car. A taxi driver needs self-defense, especially on these mean streets of Los Santos. Look for a fare. Hello there. Hop on in.
Bail, bail, hurry!
She is headed to the skate park, and yes, I can take her there. This skate park is located right by the hospital. A taxi driver like myself does not concern himself with a map. De Leon needs no map. Perhaps if I take the less than optimal route, though, I can run that ticker up just a bit. There's the destination. Bit of property damage, not the end of the world. Hello, sir. You have a place you need to go? A 24-hour motel? Well, the nearest 24-hour motel I know is located over here by Glen Park. It's not the cleanest or tidiest motel, but it should get you taken care of. I don't know exactly where it is, but I do know it is in this area. Here's a motel. Is this the 24-hour motel? Unfortunately, I don't have the knowledge needed to locate this 24-hour motel. I do, however, have the speed to get him there once I look in my atlas. Crazy taxi man. Here's the 24-hour motel, right where I left it. Thanks, sir. Have a great day. With no fares nearby, it appears time is locked. And with time locked, we're gonna repair our taxi. Oh, looks like somebody needs a ride, and that's more important than us. Maybe we'll take her in and leave her to guard the taxi while we paint it. The airport is just a short jaunt away. She can wait for our car to get painted for 2 or 3 hours. We'll be there. The nearest way I know to get to the airport is through the docks. Oh, Willowfield. Head out past Willowfield. She doesn't want to go to where the pilots are because she's not a pilot. She probably wants to be dropped off at the doors. Watch out for spawning pedestrians.
Here
No
we go.
complaints. A quick little $43. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where's the nearest fare? There must be one. These are the trucks I was talking about. If you do want to grind your driving or furthermore your biking skill, you might want to steal one of these trucks and drive on over the fence into the airport. At which point you don't have to worry about pedestrians or other cars, and you can drive unimpeded. Hello there. Where does this lady have to go
You
today?
don't mind if I smoke in here, right?
Reese's Barber Shop, unless I'm mistaken. That's the barber shop where
You
CJ
hit me,
first gets his
asshole.
hair cut. It's located just off of Grove Street. Hop on to the freeway, head on over to the Grove. The taxi missions are nice and zen, because even if you do miss your time, you don't have to get them back to back. 50 of them gets you all taxis have nitrous, which a bit of a novelty. It's not as good as the paramedic. It's even not as good as the vigilante, which I find to be kind of lackluster. But it is better than like the pimp missions, where all prostitutes pay you. It's not game breaking, but at the end of the day, you can get some use out of it. If you're ever stuck in the city,
Here's a little something, something.
taxis, you can find taxis about everywhere. In a pinch, if your car blows up, looking for a fare, just looking for a fare, looking to have an affair. Hey, sexy, you want some? Just gotta keep driving and eventually somebody will want some. A consecutive fare bonus is a nice reward that they give to the taxi drivers who consistently continue to drive. If you do manage to do 50 fares in a row, you will make much, much more than somebody who does not do them in a row. It only took all our time, but we found our passenger. Hello, sir. Hop on in. Where are you going today?
Come on, I'm in a rush.
Leon Diamonds. I actually do not know where this is located offhand. Looks like it's all the way north in Jefferson. Okay, right off of Glen Park. The easiest way to get to remember the map, I find, is to break it into segments. Remember the little bits of segments and associate them with things. I like to start at the Grove, because the Grove was always the most familiar to me. Hook on up north, keep going north. Instead of going left, it's probably in our best interest to take a right here to cross on over a little closer to where the park is. With 1 minute left, it looks like we may only get 5 fares in a row, but it doesn't matter. We'll turn that ticker back on and get right to it. There's the destination, Leon Diamonds. There's a $500 bonus. What a bonus. Drugs for sale. Even though I would love to run that guy down and take all his money, this is a no-kill run. As I was saying earlier, there's a rare car right here that I'm thinking of picking up. It wouldn't count as hijacking. It's called the Tampa, and if you'll notice, it's a little different from the common. I don't even remember what this car is called, but you'll find them driving everywhere. It's a nice muscle car, but here's the rare one, the Tampa. You can see it's a bit beefier. You find one of those Tampas available on the mission where you first meet Emmett. He has you blow it up. Let's find a nearby fair. 5 fairs out of the way, 45 more to go. Sometimes, especially without the minimap, just finding a fare is quite tedious. Honestly, I don't think they should have your time run down while you're looking for a fare. Doesn't really seem fair, does it? Hop on in, sir. Where are we going today? The observatory. The observatory is a pain. It's located down by the airport. I've always hated going out to the observatory because it entails going up a long, winding road, an S-shaped road where you have to backtrack a lot. Really, it just takes a lot of time to get there. The observatory is to the right here. And it's not really as simple as just hooking up onto the hill. Although that's probably going to be our best bet to get there. Hook on up. Continue up the hill. There it is. We just might make it happen if we believe. Stay slogging. Keep those pistons churning. Yes, sir. As long as you believe, you will succeed. Here's that aforementioned long and winding road. And here's the observatory. Enjoy your trip, sir. Normally, when you do deliver to the observatory, there's somebody right up here at the observatory, ready to go back down. So that's always fortunate. Where are you going today, sir? The airport! We all know that the airport is located just right off of the observatory. And if we can survive the drop, well, we can survive the trip. Here's your destination, sir. I hope you enjoy. It's always rough looking for a fare in the airport because the airport is too layered. You could have a fare on the lower layer and not even notice it. Here's our man. Hello, sir. Where are we going today?
Let's go.
Church. Unless I'm mistaken, the church is located sort of where you start the game.
You hit me, fool.
Property damage feels bad. After this, we'll need to repair our vehicle. Without a headlight, we're not going to be able to attract reputable customers. The church is just a quick jaunt over from the airport, located over, sort of by the hospital. Surf past these cars, give them a little, oh, I'm gonna just sneak past you. I probably should have kept going forward. It would have been a little more efficient, but just to hook up on top. The church is just straight over in this direction, and it's actually quite a large church. I'd love to get these fairs bashed out in groups of 5, just to keep it easy in the mind, remember? The church should be this triangular-shaped building here to the left. Oh, and it is. That one feels good remembering. It's not like a specifically named church or anything. It's just church. Hello there, beautiful young lady. Where are we heading today? My bedroom? Okay, let's go.
Come on, I ain't got time
I'm
to
just
wait.
kidding. I respect women. So she's going to the police station, which is most likely she's talking about the one in Pershing Square. I believe that's the closest one. Pershing Square, the quickest way to get there is to head on over to the hospital. Start at that hospital and hook down this main line. When we were doing the paramedic missions, we got very familiar with this route. And instead of going straight down to the hospital, we can take a left and head down to Pershing Square. Here we are. The police station is located just over here. This police station is also featured in the mission OG Loke.
I'ma give you a little something for treating me right.
Fantastic. Here's my number. Alright. Howdy there, sir. Where are we going today? Santa Maria Beach. I believe Santa Maria Beach is just a quick jaunt on over. This is a crossroads here. I believe I'm going the wrong way. We need to find something to orient ourselves on. The observatory will help take us over. So from the observatory, it is just a quick jaunt, or from the airport anyways, it is just a quick jaunt on over to the beach. Where exactly would he like dropped off? That is the question. Without a doubt, we have found the beach. Unfortunately, he does not want to be dropped off at a pier. It would appear that that is not where he wants to go. We'll drive a little further down the beach. Most likely, he would like to go and celebrate at the that chocolate starfish over there. That's the name of the restaurant located by that giant carnival wheel or whatever you call those things. That was a Hail Mary moment. If it were not for St. Andreas' wonky physics, both myself and our customer would be toast. Well-cooked toast, not the undercooked, buttery kind. While we're in the neighborhood, we might as well get the fix out of the way. As the point of that was to fix our light, we bash our light as we exit. If I would have had a bit more patience, I would have been able to find the destination, but I was unable to do it. The destination for Santa Maria Beach is located over by the apartments, it would appear. Past the apartments. It appears I did not remember well enough. Ah! If I wouldn't have turned around, I never even would have seen it. Okay, so pretty much right down from the lighthouse. With 5 in a row completed, we might even be able to push for 10. I'd like to keep it in groups of 5, because I'm quite autistic.
I got a rich trick waiting. Move it.
10 green bottles, one of my favorite little niche locations. When I first started doing the taxi missions, I remember for the first time seeing 10 green bottles as a destination. And I thought to myself, 10 green bottles sounds like a Grove Street thing. And lo and behold, it is the bar located by Grove Street. In the original, the quality was not high enough to read the name on the bar. You couldn't make out the fact that it said 10 green bottles. And now, in this remastered version, and I assume the definitive trilogy, you can very clearly mark out that it's called 10 green bottles. And that just got me to thinking, it's like, wow, you know, these stores, these locations that mean almost nothing have names. And it really fleshes out the universe.
My whip!
Learning the name of that Grove Street bar actually encouraged me to learn the names of these destinations. And it gives me the ability to almost, not really capably, but almost navigate without a HUD. Continue on towards Grove Street. Watch out for pedestrians. In the taxi missions, the pedestrians are not the biggest problem as they would be in the firefighting missions, but they definitely are still a problem. 10 green bottles is quite an important destination because located within it is the pool minigame. It also has a couple of arcade games, and CJ's first girlfriend, I think her name is Denise Robinson, featured in one of the crash quests for Officer Tenpenny. The first girlfriend you get in the game really loves it as a destination, so it's as simple as taking her on a date about 2 blocks away, and as opposed to other girlfriends in the game, we will have to drive into complete other sections of the city. Hold on a sec, friends. I'll return in just a second. Hello everybody, I return. Sorry about that. Phone call, we've all been there. Nothing like wasting about a minute or two of taxi time. Pardon me a second. Alright, I believe that's it. It appears without my knowledge that we picked up a fare. I hardly even remember where we're going. Looks like we're heading up to Mulholland. I don't even remember picking this fare up. He must have just hopped in the car while I wasn't paying attention. I was on my phone and he just hopped on in. Without knowing the name of the destination, even seeing the dot on a map, it's almost troublesome. But I do know that we're heading on over to Mulholland, which means we'll go head onto the Mulholland intersection. We'll head north. And we'll get on the street up here. I believe he was an extra street or two up. Yeah, he was definitely located at the very top over by the Vinewood sign. We'll just keep driving along this street. It looks like he was going to the Burger Shot over by Mad Dog's. So if he says he wants to go to Burger Shot, he's talking about the Mad Dog's one. Alright, let's find a fare. Get back into the swing of things. Before this mission's over, I would sure love to get another 3 fares. Hey, we found one. Hello there. The police station. That means she wants to go to Pershing Square, which is not far away at all. We'll hook on over to this big street here, and that way we can really bomb as fast as we can. One more street down, and we can really let it loose on this big 4 lanes over here. Here's the hospital, which means that Pershing Square is only going to be a block down. That wasn't the best turn, but a black ZR350, what a stylish car. Watch for pedestrians as we hook around to the police station once more. That's 8 fares in a row. And we've already found one. Hello there. Speaking of Denise Robinson, this NPC actually has the similar skin to Denise. She wants to go to the Well-Stacked Pizza Company, and I believe that one is located also kind of by Grove Street. We've actually passed that pizza place multiple times in this episode. We have passed the pizza place. We'll take this quick little gap on over here. Alhambra. The Well-Stacked Pizza Co. is right around the block. As long as we can avoid running over these ballas. We're gonna lose our tip, unfortunately, but it happens. Shit happens, man. Because our car looks like shit, spend a little more money, make it look a little less shitty. On the 9th fare, as long as we can get one more fare, I'm gonna feel good. We're on our 14th fare at the moment. Drive and keep on looking. Where are you going today, beautiful lady? Destination, the airport. My personal favorite destination to deliver people to. I wish I could specialize in just driving to the airport because I could drive there all day long. In my old runs when I was a kid, that would be my entire run. I would die and I'd go to that hospital, and then I would find how to get to the airport as fast as I possibly could because I love to fly the plane. So then I'd go and I'd hop on this highway, book it to the airport, hop in the plane, and then I'd crash it, and I'd do it again. And honestly, for years, that was my entire gameplay loop. What a fantastic game. That alone, regardless of the mission and voice acting and stealing cars. Airplane Hijacker Simulator, my god, what a game.
Oh, what you doing, my wheels?
Hit me with the 360 trick shot. Because his halo was not located at that little round building, you could tell he was going to want to be delivered by the gate over here. And here's something cool. You can actually, once you unlock San Fierro, you can go into these airports and you can get a flight.
Gotta get to the bowling alley.
The observatory, not too far away, but kind of a pain to get up to. That was a miracle of God that man survived. It was also a miracle of God that he even jumped into us. But things happen. There's our trip. So we need to get on. We either need to go and tackle the hill, or we need to hop on this rising street, whatever you call it. Turn off, turn on, and that'll be that. Take us on up northward, where we will cut the boundary and do like we once did, fording the hill. As long as our engine keeps chugging and churning, we should crest the hill and back to the observatory. Yes. The pain of the observatory is only matched by the convenience of picking up a fare at the top of the observatory. This is a tragedy for the ages. We are physically unable to get there. We are literally physically unable to get to the observatory to pick this person up. People have not seen skills like mine. I'm unlike your normal taxi driver. Those short shorts make it worth it, I'm sorry. Mama's Cinema. Mama's Cinema should be on the Glen Park side of town. I'm just gonna take a peek. Offhand, I don't recognize that name. Mama's Cinema. Okay, it is literally right across the dew from the Grove. A quick little T-bone into a tree, it's no problem. Now we book it to the Grove as fast as we can. I'm getting a little sloppy. We gotta really buckle down on property damage. Once you allow something, you know, well, what is to keep you from doing it? It's an honor system.
I'm going to be late.
Look out!
I have no honor. If we need to get to the Grove, we need to take a hard right now. We've already gone too far. This will take us to the skate park, at which point we can hook on over. Because it's across the dew from the Grove, we actually don't need to cross the bridge, we just need to stay over here. Straight down the alley. We'll pass the church, as it's called. And it was right here. Mama's Cinema was over, you can tell by this L bend. It's actually one street over. Mama's Cinema, now we know, on the corner. While I'm in the neighborhood, I'll point out there's actually a wanted star that you can find. This is useful for vigilante missions. It's always located right here. For the vigilante missions, it's almost integral to remember the destinations of a couple of those wanted stars. Hello there, I'm a taxi. How can I help you?
Move it.
She's on her way to the skate park, which, as we know, is located not that far from the hospital. Much like the paramedic missions, it's paradoxically better to have a fare that is farther away, because if the fare is not far away, they will hold your tip to unrealistic standards. If it is far away, you'll have much more time to allow the clock to decline.
You, taxi.
13 fares out of the way, and
Come on,
5
get
on
moving.
top of that. That's 18 fares. She wants to go to Burger Shot, and we know that the Burger Shot these people are talking about is the Burger Shot up in Mulholland by Mad Dog's Mansion. There's also another Burger Shot located by the marina, Santa Maria
Look where
Beach.
you going.
Um, we just passed the casino where you can do horse betting. And we actually might indulge ourselves in a bit of horse betting if we are to make $100,000 to afford the expensive house. We'll need to hook up a street or two if we're going to hit that Burger Shot. And indeed, we did pass it, it would appear. We passed it by a couple of blocks. Patience is a virtue. Now, as embarrassing as this is, the Burger Shot she was referring to actually is not the Burger Shot in Mulholland, but indeed is the Burger Shot by the Marina South Beach, which still is not the end of the world. Would be nice if they made a distinction. This Burger Shot is the destination of the OG Loc missions, which I'm sure were a lot of players' ire in the early 2000s. Pass through downtown, head to the property damage. As much as it's a shame, it's not the end of the world. We'll continue revving our engine and heading southward. We may have actually missed our destination. Let's take a peek. I offhand do not know the destination of this one. Reptizzle says, my ex-wife loved taxi men and the neighbor. Well, Reptizzle, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope your neighbor was not a taxi man. Yeah, that would be like a multiplying issue. So here's the Burger Shot, the formerly mentioned Burger Shot. This is where the OG Loc missions take place. This is where this fine young lady wanted to be delivered. Hello there. We'll push this taxi, or we'll push this truck out of the way, pick up this fare. Hello there, where are we headed today? The Pick and Go Market. I know for a fact that the Pick and Go Market is located somewhere by the Grove, but I could not tell you anything on the specifics of it. On top of that, we're starting to see smoke pouring from the hood of our taxi from our blatant and flagrant illegal driving in our crimeless run. Yes, that is a problem, and we do need to hit a pay and spray as soon as we can, because this is kind of our official vehicle. It's the only one we've parked in the garage yet, and we're not allowed to hijack cars. Even though we are allowed to steal parked cars, I attach a little bit of value to an owned car, and I would like to keep this car for as long as is feasible. So, because of that, I'm going to drive into the 8 Ball's explosives shop. Yes. The Pick and Go Market. While I was thinking it was here in the south, it is to the north. And we can hit the pay and spray and then head on up to Balla's territory. One more street up. Probably going to lose about 10 seconds here. This is going to be a battle. 25 seconds left for our 15th fare in a row. Of course, we'd like to get as many fares in a row as possible for that sweet, sweet money. But the most important thing is that we keep the fares in groups of 5 so that I don't trigger my autism. With only 6 seconds to go, I don't know how feasible it is that we're going to be able to drop this man off either. Yes, not feasible at all. Sir, please get the fuck out of our vehicle. Get the fuck out of our vehicle. Sir, please get the fuck out of here. Alright, thank you, sir. That means we need to do immediately one more taxi fare to make it a nice, clean, even 15. It actually would be 20 because we've already done 5. Perhaps somebody in the park wants a ride. Unfortunately, it would appear not. We will keep driving. Taxi mission is over. Let's try again. A fresh launch and a fresh start. My number 1 man! He's going to 10 green bottles. How fortunate, a destination that we're very familiar with. After this, we'll probably only bust out about 5 more fares to leave us at an even 25, which is halfway to the taxi's driver's goal of 50. Had a bit of a stroke there. A narcoleptic attack, if you will. No disrespect to anybody who has strokes or narcolepsy, of course. It's all love. Hook down the street that the Grove is on. And there's 10 green bottles. Enjoy your drink, sir. Pick one up for me, will you? I actually can't have liquor because all jokes aside, I do have a chronic liver condition. It's called Gilbert's syndrome. It's not serious or anything, but I avoid alcohol because of it. Yeah, Gilbert's syndrome. It's where your body doesn't properly process the bilirubin from your blood. It's a waste product. So, we're gonna need to do 5 more fares. The Legal Cinema. This one should be located to the north in Bala's territory. I believe that the Legal Cinema is located similar to where the Pick and Go Market is. We'll head on to the north and see if our assumptions are correct. Somebody just say milkshake? I could go for a milkshake. So, we actually must have passed it. I believe the Legal Cinema is located here on the right. The Pig Pen. The Totally Nude Pig Pen was the area I was thinking of. I'm not up to date on my strip clubs. It's a point of great shame. I'm living a taxi driver's worst nightmare. They ask you to go to the Bing and you take them to the fucking wazoo. I just had a customer tell me he was an ass man, so I took him to the titty. It's just like those dreams where you're in school without clothes, except I'm fully clothed, and those women aren't. Crossover with 10 seconds left. Fate may have it decreed that Mr. Number 1 Man stays as Mr. Number 1 Man. So, with a failed mission, we'll let our customer out, because we're merciful. 5 more. Here we go. Here we go. Confident my fare is going to be on this street. Just keep driving forward and you'll find him. Hello, sir. Where are we headed today? 10 green bottles. There must be some kind of bias. Alcoholism is running loose. There are even bars that are located closer than the 10 green bottles. Continue on up past the observatory. Past station. Market station, I believe it is. Unity station, of course. He's headed to 10 green bottles, so we'll pass the lowrider missions. Continue on north. And what's important is we need to hook into the Grove neighborhood instead of staying to the south. The 10 green bottles is of course located on the exact same street that Grove Street is. There's our destination. Hope you enjoyed your ride, sir. Let's find us a fare. If we can help it, I definitely don't want to go 1 for 1 again. That's a problem. 1 for 1 all the way up to 5 fares is losing me $300. And that $300 could be better spent on me. Customers like a dapper man. I have to trick them into getting in somehow. Call me Dapper Dan, the Dapper Man. Headed towards the airport. Maybe we'll have a bit more luck finding a fare in this direction. It really does get to be quite frustrating that the timer ticks down while looking for a fare. Kind of ruins the roleplay. Where are we headed, sir? How may I help you today? 20 seconds, I could really use your time. The Pick and Go Market. Already feeling the PTSD kicking back in. We don't know where the Pick and Go Market is located. And we're about to find out. It's located up by Glen Park. So, we need to head on the freeway as fast as we can. Take a right here. This takes us back to the hospital in Grove Street direction. Idlewood, Ganton, East Beach. And it's not on the Grove Street side. It's on the Ballas side. Hook on over. Head up this wrong way street here. And head past the church. So we do remember that the Pick and Go Market is, I believe it's located up here at the top. On one of these side neighborhoods. As embarrassing as it is, we need to take a peek just to be sure. We are in the wrong neighborhood. We need to hook over to the left. The Pick and Go Market is located a lot closer to the hotel than I had assumed. Here's the hotel. The hotel and the market are neighbors. So here's the hotel. The market is located right next to the automobile dealer. For the future, we will remember this. The Pick and Go Market, look at that. There it is, just as it was said in the prophecies, just as it was foretold. Where are we going, Kurt Cobain? Market Station. This is the other station, not Unity Station. Market Station is located over by the hospital. That's not the Glen Park Hospital either. That's the Market Hospital. We'll take a leftward turn. Here's the annoying little turn that leads to the hospital. And if we head straight, we should be able to locate it on our left. Market Station is located in this neighborhood. I believe it's one more block down, actually. We'll continue heading downwards. Yeah, we definitely passed it up, that's for sure. Market Station is located nearby, though. And I believe it is these giant pillars rising into the sky. Really is just a matter of streets. It appears I was off by 3 or 4. Market Station is located more to the north than I had assumed. Head on a block over, and we'll head us a block north. Past the studio. Here it is. Market Station. That's an awful nice car, that Banshee. The instincts in me kicked in and they said take it, but we know this is no hijacking run. Let's find us another fare, shall we? We need to find 2 more to keep things simple and even. Otherwise, we'll have to start another taxi session and get 2 fares in a row. Which I do not like that at all. Yeah, as sucky as it is, we have 23 fares on the clock, and we need 2 more. A quick little cheese tactic. If you're just starting out and you need to find a fare, walk up next to somebody, activate the mission, and they'll probably be tempted to join in. It will be somebody quite nearby you, as opposed to when you get a fresh fare and they could be within a couple streets of you. The donut shop. The donut shop. We pass that donut shop every time we do a paramedic mission. The donut shop. The donut shop. Yeah. We'll head there. The donut shop is also featured in a couple of Crash 10-penny missions later in the game. It's actually where you're assigned the mission to get Denise Robinson, first girlfriend. Head down this main drag, and we'll know the donut shop is within view when the giant donut comes into view. Where is it? There it is. We almost passed it. Hard to miss a giant donut, but it's possible. It's very possible.
A little extra, Holmes.
Possible, but not plausible. That's my motto. I literally cannot stop saying it.
Oh, I said raise up.
The last fare of the day. Headed to the tattoo shop. Is that the tattoo shop by the Grove? I'm sure we can make it there. This tattoo shop is located right across the street from the Well-Stacked Pizza Company. We'll end the day by taking this customer to get their tattoo.
He's trying to kill me.
Ooh, that is very sad. That lady dived into the street to avoid me and my maniacal driving, and while I didn't finish her off, the maniac behind me sure did. Cross on over the bridge to the Wall Street. There it is, as clear as clover. That's 25 fares out of the way, and And let's finish with a pristine-looking taxi. Um, from here, all that's left is to get back to home base without killing anybody, because we are a lot richer, and we are halfway through the taxi missions. I like to live in Willowfield by the airport, just for ease of access. It's always been my favorite home. As I said, I love flying those airplanes. I could do it and will do it for hours. That's probably what's going to be entailed shortly, as the planes are not hijacking because they're parked. And we can grind that entire skill before we hit the Grove, as much of a pain it would be. No damage on the taxi. No kills on the clock. A couple thousand in my pocket. We're gonna head home, save for the day, and that's the objective, fellas. Um, Thanks everyone for tuning in today. Very fruitful day. Got very nervous at the end about taking some pedestrians with me, but we had a good time. Accomplished a lot. This is Snoot City. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Have a great night, everyone. Snoot City out.